Yeah, they were last night too. My chair got here, so but it feels weird. Legs feel like they're up too high. I'm not sure. Well, sorry, two.
So that was the ARC.
No, ARC was last night. Tuesday was ARM. It was the green cast. No, sorry, ARM green cast was Tuesday night, and then the green cast. It's the same actors and play different Which one's yours?
You know what actually
What's your preference in mine?
Yeah, they're all taking it from me. I got one. Rocky, you want to hang with me? You can't hang with me.
I don't think so.
She's really happy. She's excited. She's worried that we're not going direction.
Or they have to be tomorrow afternoon, then tomorrow evening, both of which I've got commitments already. Yeah, I know, that's a gift for me.
And my husband's actually happy about it. Because he couldn't come here. He started to no, I daytime is not other judge out now. This side, and it's the green pass. So everybody who's in the green, like Tuesday night advantage is bonus, but tonight. Oh my god, it was so bad. Yeah, it was on purpose. So they're in both. Anyways, it's supposed to be green. Somebody else well, the boss is there, and he's going to start building. It's not what it is. It actually is. But such a good
Yeah, the voice. Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
yeah, it's at Willow
Yeah, I love the first one, so I was like,
So, like I said, it's like, it's
yeah. Yeah, I like the twist, right? It's like they're coming back to Nancy and Michael's kids, right?
but the mom.
She's right there.
No, three of us are
Oh,
together.
okay.
We can sit in the second one.
I do have one, there's one scene here.
If you want, you a little short of us. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Hi, how are you? Parents are here with us. was like, why are they Shakespearean writing? But yeah, it's a challenge. Nice to see you.
Undeserving. These were, yeah, these were people coming in for drama for this paper, and they're not going to make it.
You guys can sit. Kids can sit.
Just that.
All right.
Busy, they built a set, and of course, practicing but yeah, they're
Well, he was practicing this when he was over at our house one night between Christmas and New Year's over at our house. He had his lines with him that night.
okay. Well, now they've been doing this since September.
Yeah,
but it's yeah. So this is they built this thing.
Yes, they do.
So they've got ideas and jokes, so that's how you do that one in the gym. Anyway, yeah, but I was reading it last night. I was sitting in class tonight. I've got my kids to do
Telling me she's taking geometry now. So I didn't take that time.
that's good. That's so fun.
Yes.
I know mine doesn't like
Where? Is that it? No. Oh, did this thing start off? Yeah, probably. Okay. Because the video button is usually when that's on. Okay. Okay. Whew. I hope I can do this. Okay. Usually this is the zoom in and out. Yeah, it is. I checked. Okay. What? Oh, yeah.
Welcome. You would think that being a prince is a pretty good deal. That's what Hamlet is. He is the Prince of Denmark. He is destined to become the King of Denmark. His father dies what appears to be a natural death in his garden, so Hamlet should become king, but in fact he does not. It's actually his uncle Claudius who becomes the king. And at a time when Hamlet and his mother should be in mourning over the death of old Hamlet, his mother Gertrude is actually quite happy. She has married Claudius, Hamlet's uncle. So his mother is now his aunt, and his uncle is now his father as well. He's pretty upset about all of this. Some guards and one of his very good friends, Horatio, come to him and say that they thought that they saw a ghost that looked like old Hamlet. So Hamlet decides to go on watch with him to see if the ghost reappears. It does, and Hamlet goes off with the ghost. It tells him that in fact he is the ghost of his father, and that he didn't die naturally. He was actually killed by Claudius so that Claudius could take over the crown. Hamlet has to decide whether he can face all of these problems and investigate this so-called murder. But can you actually take the word of a ghost? He has to figure out some way of seeing if the ghost word is true. As it happens, a group of players come to the castle and he decides that he's going to have them reenact the murder as the ghost said it happened. He gets the players to poison a king while he's sleeping, and he watches for Claudius's reaction, and when Claudius does react negatively, he decides that the ghost is in fact true. In doing all of this investigating, one of the things he has to do is he has to push away his girlfriend, Ophelia. She can't be part of what he is doing, so he pretends to start to go mad. This will allow him to do his investigating. Unfortunately, by pushing her away, it has tragic consequences for her and for her father, Polonius, who is the chief advisor to the king. Because of the tragic things that happened to the two of them, Ophelia's brother Laertes comes back from university and he wants to kill Hamlet. Laertes and Claudius plot Hamlet's death. Laertes is going to put poison on his sword and they're going to have a duel, and if Laertes just scratches Hamlet, Hamlet will die from the poison. Claudius decides he's going to put poison in a goblet and give it to Hamlet. Either one of those two will do him in. Well, it's Shakespearean tragedy, so in fact, things don't always go as planned. Welcome to Lester B Pearson School for the Arts production of Hamlet.
Bid them make haste. I think I hear them. Stand ho! Who's there? Friends to this ground.
And liegemen to the Dane. Has this thing appeared again tonight?
I see nothing.
Horatio says this is but our fantasy. Therefore I've entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this aberration come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, do not appear.
Sit down a while, and let us once again instill your ears, that are so fortified against our story. Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made its course to illume that part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bells in beating one.
He sprake thee off. Look, where it comes again.
And the same figure, like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
It would be spoke to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form, in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis offended.
See, it stalks away.
Stay! Speak! Speak! I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone and will not answer.
Before my God, I may not disbelieve, that the sensible true avouch in mine own eyes.
Thus twice before, and jump at this dead hour, with martial stalk he hath gone by our watch.
In what particular thought, where I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state. But soft, behold, lo, where it comes again! If there be any good thing to be done, that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. Stop it, Marcellus!
It was about to speak, when the rooster crew.
I have heard the rooster, that is trumpet to the morn, with his lofty and shrill-sounding throat, awake the god of day, and his extravagant, earring spirit hides to his confine. Look, to the morn, in rissamental clad, walks high o'er the dew of yon high eastward hill. Break, rear watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet.
Let's do it, I pray, and I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.
brother's death. The memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief. We, with wisest sorrows, think on him, together with remembrances of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, have we as twere with a defeated joy, taken a wife, for all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what is the news with you?
My good lord, I ask your leave and favor to return to France, for whence though willingly I came to Denmark, to show my duty in your coronation, and bow to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave. By laboursome petition, I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take that fair hour, Laertes. Time be done. But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more keen and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang upon you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy native colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend of Denmark. Do not forever, that thy vow lives. Seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
High lady, it is common.
If it be, resident so particular with thee.
'Tis not alone my inky colour, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, together with all forms, moods, and shapes of grief, which denote me truly, but I within which passeth show.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know that your father lost a father, and that father lost and lost his. This must be so. Think of us as of a father, and let the world take note that you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears a son, do I impart toward you. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you and bend you to remain here under the comfort and cheer of our eye, thy cousin and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and fair reply. Come, madam, this gentle unenforced course, Hamlet, sit smiling to my heart.
Oh, that is too solid flesh would thaw and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his hand against self-slaughter. Oh, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable see me to all the uses of this world. Pie on to pie. 2 months dead, nay. So excellent a king to this, hyper unto a satyr, so loving to my mother. Must I remember? Why she would hang upon him, let me think not all frailty. Thy name is woman.
Hail to your lordship.
Good lord. Good evening, sir. I'm very glad to see you. Well, what happened to you from Wittenberg?
A true disposition, good my lord.
I know you are no truants, but what made you at Elsinore?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
You know, baked meats did wholly furnish forth the marriage tables, or I'd ever meet my dearest foe in heaven, or I'd ever seen that day. Horatio, my father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In mind's eyes, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him in for all in all. Shall never look upon his likes again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king your father.
The king my father?
And me deliver upon these witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had these 2 gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, been on their watch in the dead vast middle of the night, and thus encountered a figure like your father appears before them. This to me in part they did in dreadful secrecy, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where as they delivered both in time, formed the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform, where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer me could none. Yet once methought it lifted its head in motion, as if it would address itself to speak. But even then, the murmuring booster grew loud, and the sound it shrunk in haste away, and vanished from our sights.
It's very strange. I would had I been there.
It would much amaze you.
I will walk again tonight. Perchance I'll walk again.
I warrant it well.
As soon as I know of father's person, I'll speak to it. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed the sight, let it be tenderable in your silent still. So fare you well. Upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
My lord, farewell.
My father's spirit is in arms. All is not well. Till then sit soul, my soul, foul deeds will rise. through all the worth overwhelm, through men's eyes.
My necessaries are in person. Farewell. And sister, as for Hamlet and the strengthening of his favor, folded a toy in the passion of blood. Not permanent, sweet, not lasting.
No more but so?
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. Be wary then. Best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep. His watchman is my heart.
I stay too long, but here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. And these few precepts in thy memory see thy character. Give thy thoughts no time, nor any unproportioned thoughts possess. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Their friends thou hast their doctrines quite grapple down to the soul with hips of steel. Be aware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, fear that the Pope may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but feed thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Thou friends thou hast their doctrines tried. Let neither war nor lander be, for lone off loses both itself and friends, and boring the dull edge of husbandary. This above all, to thine own self be true, as it must follow, the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, may blessings see then as thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
The time invites you.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
Is in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is it, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
'Tis told me he is oft of late, given private time to you yourself. Have you your audience been so free and bounteous? What is between you? Give me the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you've taken these tenders as true pay, though they are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or you'll tender me a fool.
He hath importuned you as love in honorable fashion.
When the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue bows. From this time forth, I would be somewhat scanter of your maiden presence. Ophelia, I would not, from this time forth, have you so squander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Come to it, I charge you, come your way.
I shall obey, my lord.
Takes his rouse, keep wassail on swaggering up spring reels. The kettle drum and trumpet thus raised out, the triumph of his plague.
Is it a custom?
Aye, Mary, 'tis. Make us ridiculed of other nations. They call us drunkens and insult us because of his actions.
Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministries of grace defend us. Thou earnest and most questionable shape. I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King, father, royal dame. Oh, answer me.
Beckons you to go away with it, as if it did some impartment to desire to you alone.
Look, but courteous action. It waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
I will not speak. Then I'll follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I'll follow it.
What if it attempt you toward the flood, my lord? Or to the dreadful summit of the cliff, where beals o'er his base into the sea, and there assume some other horrible form, which may deprive your sovereignty of reason, drive you into madness?
Go on, I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
You shall not go.
Unhand me, gentlemen. By fate, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on, I'll follow thee.
He rocks his desperate with imagination. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge, when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fasting fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, list, list! If thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul.
Haste me know it, that I with wings as swift as the thoughts of love or meditation may sweep to my revenge.
I find thee apt. Now, Hamlet, here. 'Tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, won to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Habanon in a vial, which swift as quicksilver courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossoms of my sin. No reckoning made, but sent straight to my account, with all my imperfections on my head. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But, however thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, that prick and sting her. I fare thee well at once. The glowworm shows the morning to be near. Adieu, adieu, Hamlet, remember me.
Oh, all your host of heavens, I'll from the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, and at thy commandment all alone in my brain shall live. Oh, villain, villain, smiling damned villain, it is adieu, adieu, remember me. I've swore it.
My lord, Lord Hamlet, how is it, my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Can my lord tell it?
Nay, here will reel it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord.
How say you, will the secret?
I, by heaven, my lord.
Catch you this vision here. It is an honest ghost, let me tell you. And now, gentlemen, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord?
Will you not know what you have seen tonight?
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, my lord, not I.
Nor I.
Upon my sword.
Upon your sword, sir, we shall.
Rest, rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, though my love, I do command me to you. Let us go in together, but still, your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint, which it spites if I was ever born to set it right. Nay, come, let's go in together.
What's the matter? I've been so frightened.
With what?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with a look so piteous in purport as if he'd been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
Truly, I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with the other hand this o'er his brow. He falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw. Long stayed he so at last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down. He raised his sigh so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. And done he let me go. With his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps. And to the last, bends their light on me.
Come, go we to the king. This must be known. This is a very ecstasy of love that afflicts our nature. I'm sorry. What? Hath you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as he did command, I did repel his letters and deny his access to me.
This hath made look mad. Come, we will go seek the king. For this must be known. If kept close, might move more grief to hate, hide to hate to utter love.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. The need we had to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something you have heard of Hamlet's transformation, more than his father's death, though this hath put him so far from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of.
Good counsel. He hath much talked of you, and sure I am the two men there are not living to whom he more hears. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill, as to expand your time with us awhile, for the supply and profit of our hope. Your visitation shall receive thanks as a fit of the king's services.
Both your majesties, might by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz. Gentle Guildenstern.
Go, some of you, bring these gentlemen to where Hamlet is.
I do think that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That I do long to hear.
My liege and madam, to expose ye, what majesty should be what duty is. What day is day, night time is time. Where nothing but to waste day, night, and time. Thereon, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity, 'tis true, foolish figure. But farewell it, I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him then. For this effect defective comes by cause, and thus it remains, and remaineth thus. I have a daughter, who in her duty and obedience mark hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the beautified Ophelia. That is an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear it.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
I will be faithful. Doubt that the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love.
But how has she received his love?
My lord, to Ophelia I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy stars, this cannot be. And then I precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, omit no tokens, receive no messengers. Which done, she took the fruits of my advice. And he repulsed, a short tale to make, fell into sadness, then into fast, then into watch, thence into weakness, thence into lightness, and by this declension into a madness, where now he raves, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
Maybe.
How may we try further?
No, sometimes he walks 4 hours together, here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll lose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the tapestry, mark the encounter. If he love her not, and fall in there on reasons, I will be no assist to the state, but keep farming carters.
We will try.
But look, where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
Away, do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent. Well, you're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, it is often one man picked out of 1,000.
That is very true, my lord.
For if the sun-bred maggots began a kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk by the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look on't.
How say you by that, still harping on my daughter? Yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a seller of fish. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean, the matter that you read, my lord.
The satirical rogue says here that old men have thick gray beards, and their faces wrinkled and their eyes protruding thick amber and plum tree gum, and they have the plentiful lack of wit, all with most weak hands. Oh, which, sir, I most powerfully and potently believe, though I hold it not to honesty to have it thus set back down. For you, sir, should be as old as I am. If you like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, there seems to be method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
How pregnant sometimes his replies are. I'll leave him and suddenly contrive the meanings of meetings between him and my daughter. My honorable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir. Take anything I more willingly to withal, except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These old fools.
My honored lord.
My good friends, how dost thou, Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
On Fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
My good friends, what deserved at the hands of Fortune that she sends you to a prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one. Denmark being all the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why then? Your ambition makes it one.
What made you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Is it at your own inclining? Come, deal justly with me. Come, come, nay. Speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything to the purpose. Were you not sent for? Is there a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough yet to color? I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. Be even direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I'll tell you why. I've a flate, but wherefore know not. Lost all my mirth, forgone all customs of exercises. And this indeed goes so heavily with my disposition that this earth, the goodly frame, seems to me stale proprietary. The most excellent canopy, the air, seems no more to me than a foul and persillate conjugation of vapors. What a piece man work is. The beauty of the word, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintuplets of dust? Man delights not me. Nor woman either. Though by your smile
my lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Then why were you smiling when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in men, what lends an entertainment the players shall receive from you?
What players are they?
Even those you were wont to take delight in, keeps in the wonted pace.
Gentlemen, you're welcome at Elsinore.
Huzzah!
Dost thou hear me, Lord? Make sure the players are well bestowed. Dost thou hear? Make sure they are well used, for they are abstract and brief chronicles of time.
I will use them according to their deserts.
God's bodykins, man, much better. Take every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
We'll hear a play tomorrow night. That's what you will play? Can you play the murder of Gonzalo?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could for a need study a speech of a dozen or 16 so lines, which I'll write down in insert. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that, Lord. My friends, I'll leave you till night. You're welcome at Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I. What would he do had he had the motive and cue for passion that I have? You would drown the stage with ears and cleave the general ear with horrid speech. Soon's I should take it. It cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered and lack all to make oppression bitter. It's like a wrench. Pack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab, a scallion fire pont. Heard guilty creatures sitting at a play, and by the very cunning of a scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they proclaim their malefactions. I'll have these players perform something of the murder before mine uncle. If he but blench, I'll observe his looks. If he but blench, I'll know my course. The plays the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Did you essay him to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players we were brought on the way. Of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are but the court, and, as I think, they have already ordered this night to play before him.
'Tis most true, and he entreats me to your majesty to see and hear the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge, and drive his purpose on to these lords.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet good lady, leave us too, for we have closely sent Hamlet hither, that he may hear, as twere by accident, affronted feeling. Her father and myself will bestow ourselves, said seen, but unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, whether it be the affliction of his love or not, that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy comfort of the
Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, whilst you here, so gracious please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read you on this book, that exercise may color your loneliness. For this, I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by to sleep we say to end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. When we shuffled off this mortal coral, it must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. But to grunt and sweat under a weary life, with the dread of something after death, the undiscovered countries of whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, makes us rather bear those ills we have than flies to others we know not. Thus conscience does really make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is slickered o'er with the pale cast of thought. Enterprise's great perth and moment. With this regard, their currents turn away and lose the name of action. Softer now the fair Ophelia.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver.
No, not I. Never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. With words of so sweet breath composed, has made the things more rich.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
If you be honest and fair, your honesty should omit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty. I did love you once.
Well, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why, wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? We aren't knaves, all believe none of us. Go thy ways to your nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help me, sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give you the plague for thou down. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. And if thou wilt needs marry, marry fool, for wise men know well enough of what monsters you make of them. Go thy ways to a nunnery, and quickly too, farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I've heard of your paintings too. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and nicknames God creatures. Go to, I'll no more aught. It hath made me mad.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrow. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen.
Love, his afflictions not that way tend, nor way he spake. Though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. Thus set it down. He shall speak to England for the demand of our neglected tribute.
Yet do I believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. My lord, do as you please, but if you see it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him. To show his grief, let her be round with him. I pray you, on our way.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not unwashed go.
Bid them make haste. Good, Horatio. Here. One comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. Observe mine uncle. If his oculated guilt does not unkennel itself within one speech, it is a damned ghost, and my imaginations are as foul. They are coming. Lady, shall I lie on your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean, my head upon your lap.
I, my lord.
Oh God, look you now. How cheerfully my mother looks. My father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Nay, so long. By heaven, and not forgotten yet.
For us and for our tragedy. You're stooping to your clemency. We beg your hearing patiently.
Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er the love we've done.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do.
In second husband let me be a curse. None wed the second, but who killed the first?
I do believe you think what you now speak, but what we do determine, oft we break.
Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be a wife.
She should break it now.
My spirits grow dull and vain, and I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain. Madam, have you read this play? The lady protests.
Let you keep your word.
There's no offense in it.
No, they do by jest. No offense either world.
What do you call the play?
A mousetrap displays the image of a murder. You shall see an honest and knavish piece of work. But what of that? This one's Lucianus, nephew to the king. Begin murder.
Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice infected, thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life, usurp immediately.
The king rises.
What? Frightened with false fire?
How fares my lord? Never order the play. Give me some light. Light.
Horatio. Didst thou perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poisoning?
I did very well note down.
Ahas! Come some music! Come the recorders!
Good, my lord. Vouchsafe me a word with you. Sir, upon history. The queen, your mother, in the most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you.
She wishes to speak with you ere you go to bed.
Have you any further trade with us?
Good, my lord. What is your cause of distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friends.
Oh, the recorders. Let me see one. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
It is as easy as lying. Govern these vestiges with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you now, these are the stops.
But these cannot I command to any utterance of harmony.
Why, look you now. How unworthy a thing you make of me. You play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You pluck my heart out of my mystery. You play me from the lowest note to the top of my compass. Though you can grant me, you cannot play upon me.
My lord, the queen would like to speak to you, and presently.
When I will go to her, by and by. They play me from the top of my bed. By and by. Friends, leave me. Leave me, friends. Soft you now to my mother. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. However my words she be shagged, to give them seals never. My soul consent. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. A brother's murder. What? This cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood. Is there not rain enough in sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy, but to confront mine own visage of offense, my crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. O wretched state, help angels, make essay. Thou, stubborn knees and heart with strings of steel, be soft the sinews of newborn babe, all may be well. Now might I do it, Pat. Now he's praying, and now I do it. And so he goes to heaven. A villain kills my father, and I, his sole son, do that same villain sent to heaven? No. Up dagger, and no more horrid fate. When he's drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in his incestuous pleasure of his bed, then trip him, so his feet may kick at heaven. And his soul may be as damned and black whereto it goes. And my mother stays. The psychic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts, that is heavy vein.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you question with the wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rude not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother. Sit you down, you shall not budge. You go not until I set you up at last, where you shall see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help! Help!
What? Help! 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 How now, rat? Dead for a second, dead!
Oh, I am slain. Oh, me. What hast thou done?
Nay, no, not. Is the king?
Oh, what a rash, bloody deed is this!
A rash and bloody deed, good mother. Almost as bad as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king!
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Look here upon this picture, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. Look what grace was seated o'er his brow. This was your husband. Look you now, it follows, this is your husband. Like a milder ye are blasting his wholesome brother. Have you no eyes? What devil can zone you at hoodman blind?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul. Oh, speak no more. These words like daggers enter mine ears.
Save me! Hover o'er me with your wings! What would you, your gracious figure?
Alas, he is mad.
Oh, do not bring your tardy son to chide. Oh, say!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye in vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold on discourse. We're on to you, look!
On him, on him! Look you now how pale he glares.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
No, nothing, that is all I see.
Nor nothing do you hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you now how it steals away.
Oh, Hamlet, that was cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it, and the purer with the other half. For this I do repent the death I gave them. So good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. This bad begins and worse remains behind. One word more, lady.
What shall I do?
Let not the bloat king tempt you again. Pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse. Let you ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft.
Be thou sure. If words be made of breath, and breaths of life, I have no life to breathe, for what thou hast said to me.
I must to England, you know that?
Laugh? I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed. My two schoolfellows whom I will trust and I will add to Spain. They bear the mandate and must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Come, sir, to draw an end with you. Good night, mother.
Where's your son?
Bestow this place on us a little while. Hi, my lord. What have I seen tonight?
What? Gertrude, how does Hamlet?
In his lawless fit, hears something stirring behind the tapestry, pulls out his dagger, cries, a rat, and kills the empty good old man.
Oh, heavy deed. Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he has slain. He weeps for what he's done. Hamlet and madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's hath he dragged him.
Oh, come, Gertrude, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Safely stowed.
Lord Hamlet.
Who calls on Hamlet?
Oh, here we are. What have you done, my lord? The dead body.
Compounded it to dust, were you tis kin?
Tell us what 'tis, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
Then bring me to him. Hide fox and all after.
I have sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he's eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eaten at him.
Alas! Alas, what dost you mean by this?
Nothing, but to show you how a king may go through a progress of the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven. Send hither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him I the other place yourself. But if you find him not within this month, you shall know him as you go down the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him here. Hamlet, this deed for thine especial sake, which we do tender, as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness.
For England.
I, Hamlet.
Good.
So is it, if thou knowest our purposes.
I see a cherub that sees them. But nay, for England. Farewell, mother.
Rosencrantz. Follow him at foot. Tempt him with speed blood. I pray you, make haste. And England, thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full, by letters concurring to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England.
Well, please you go, my lord? I'll be straight with you. Go a little before. How all occasions do form against me, and spur my dull revenge. What is a man? Be but his chief in good market, be but to sleep and feed, of peace no more. How stand I then? That if a father killed, a mother stain, excitements of my reasons and my blood, and let all sleep? Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or nothing be worth.
Where's the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I your truth know? From another one, by his cockled hat and staff, and his sandal shoes.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you? Nay. Pray mark. He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you mark! White as shroud as the mountain snow.
Alas, my lord. Look here. How do you, pretty lady?
Well, that I'll do. They say the owl is a baker's daughter. We know what we are, but not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon the fire.
Pray you, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. In all the morning betime, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine.
Pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, love, without an oath, I'll make an end o't. By yes and by St. Charity, alack the five for shame. Young men will do it, if they come to it. By cock they are to blame.
How long has she been this?
I hope all be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose to wait to think they shall lay him by the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. So I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, lady. Good night, sweet lady. Good night, good night.
Hold her close. Give her good watch. Pray. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not in single spies, but in battalions.
Where's the king? I need to see the king.
Alack, what noise is this?
Where are my guards?
Where's the
What
king?
is the matter? Young Lear, in his righteous head obeys your officers.
The doors are broke!
Where's this king? Oh, thou vile king, give me my father.
Calmly, good Laertes.
Let him go. Gertrude, do not fear a person. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed?
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. I'll be revenged. Most thoroughly for my father.
Why? Now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman, that I am guiltless for your father's death, and most sensible and grievous.
How now? What noise is that? Oh, heat, dry up my brains, tears 7 times salt, burn out the sense and virtue of mine eyes. My madness, thy heaven shall be paid by weight, till our scale turn the beam. O rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia, is it possible that a young maid's wit should be more lost in an old man's life?
He bore her there his on the bier. Hey nonny, nonny, hey nonny. And in his grave rain many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
Hast thou wits and didst persuade revenge? They could not move thus.
There's Rosemary, that's remembrance. Pray, love, remember. Here's pansies, that's for thoughts. There's fennel for you. And columbine. There's room for you. And here's some for me. Oh, but you must word your room with a difference. Here's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they all withered up when my father died.
A documented violence, thoughts of remembrance faded.
And he will not come again. And he will not come again. No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. And he will never come again. And of all Christian souls, I pray God. God be with you.
Letters for you.
Let them come in. I do not know from what part of the world I shall be greeted by. Not from Lord Hamlet.
God bless you, sir.
And let him bless thee too.
Here's a letter for you, sir. It comes from the ambassador that was bound for England.
Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Had the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoners. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy. I am to do a good turn for them. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, hold the course for England. Of thee I have much to tell. Farewell, Hamlet. Come, I will make you ready to read your letters, and do it speedier. And you direct me from whom you brought them. Execute Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Come. What? No, no.
so crimeful and so capital in nature?
Oh, for two special reasons. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks. The other motive is great love of General Bear.
And so have I, a noble father lost. A sister, driven into desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that, to an exploit. Now ripen my advice. You shall shortly hear more. And for his death, no wind of blame shall be. If even his mother shall in charge of practice, and call it accident. Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord.
Laertes, was your father dear to you?
Why ask you this?
If Hamlet manages to come back, would you show yourself your father's son? Indeed, more than a word.
To cut his throat, I the church.
No place, indeed, should murder sanctuary. Revenge should have no bounds. We will set up a sword duel between yourself and the Lord Hamlet.
I will do it. And for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, a poison so mortal that but dip a knife in it. If we'll got him slightly, where it draws blood, it may be death.
And I'll prepare him a chalice, whereupon by sipping, either by chance and escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold good. How now, sweet queen?
The Lord doth read upon our mother's heel, so fast that they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh, where?
There is a willow that grows a slender root that chooses lilies in the mountain stream. There upon a pendant was her mother, quivering to hang, and a niece of a brook. When down her reedy trophies, and herself, found the weeping brook, but long it could not be till her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to met death.
Alas, then, she is drowned?
Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, for Ophelia.
me thought it was very sweet. To contract, oh, the time for I might behold, me thought there was nothing new.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sings at grave-making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
'Tis true, the hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
But age with his stealing steps hath clawed me in his clutch, and shipped me into the land as if had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground. Whose grave is this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as we.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
Whatever woman, then?
For none either.
Whose grave is it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
What absolute the knave is. How long hast thou been a grave maker, Sirrah?
Of all the days, I the year, since the very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
Why, Mary, why was he sent to England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there. Or if you do not, it's no great matter there.
Why?
Why, there the men are as mad as he. Here's a skull now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A mad fellow's it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This one?
I am that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. Here hung those lips I kissed I know not how oft. Where are your jibes now, your songs, your gambols, your flashes of merriment? that would always set the table aroar. But soft. Here comes the king. Leading the courtiers, who as they follow.
The order for charitable prayers. Shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her, yet here she is, allowed her virgin krantz, her meet instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead, to sing a requiem and such rest to her, as to peace-parted souls.
Lay her on the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may valid spring.
What? The fair Ophelia!
Hold off the earth a while I have caught her once more in mine arms.
Whose grief bears such an emphasis? It is I, Hamlet the
devil
Dane.
take thy soul!
I pray thee, take thy fingers from thy throat, for yet I have something in me that is dangerous. Hold up thy wine, and hold up your hand!
Hamlet! Good my lord, be quiet.
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with all their quantity of love could not make up my sum.
Oh, he's mad, Laertes! For love of God, forbear him!
Let Hercules do what he may. The cat will mew and dog will have his day.
Brave conversation, wait upon it. Strengthen your patience to our last minute speech. Put the matter to present approach.
Insinuation, girl.
It must shortly be known that Claudius from England put us to issue of business, sir. Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir.
I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I shall receive it, sir, with all the diligence of spirit.
I thank your lordship. My lord, his majesty may be signifying to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. Sir, this is the matter. He is newly come to court Laertes, where you shall find in him the content of what part a gentleman would see.
What's his weapon?
Sword and dagger. The king, sir, hath wagered with him 6 Barbary horses, that in a dozen passes between yourself and him shall not exceed you 3 hits. It would come to immediate trial if you are willing.
Let the swords be brought, the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I shall win for him, for if not, I'll gain nothing but my shame and a few odd hits.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours.
You will lose this wager, my lord?
I do not think so. I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds.
Come, Hamlet, and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. But pardon, you are a gentleman. Am I disclaiming from a perfect evil? Free me so far in your most thoughts that I've shot an arrow or the house and hurt my brother.
In my terms of honor, I stand aloof, and will no reconcilement. I do receive your part offered love like love, and will not wrong them.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play. Give us the swords, come on.
Come, one for me.
Bring in the swords, young officer. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Not, my lord. Your grace hath laid the odds o'er the weaker side.
I do not fear. I have seen you both. Set me the stoops of wine upon that table. If Hamlet give the first or second hint, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. To Hamlet, come, begin.
Come, sir.
Come, my lord.
One.
No.
Judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay! Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Use to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play the spell first. Set it by a while. By and by. Come. Another hit. What say you?
A touch I do confess.
Our son shall win.
Scant of breath. Dear Hamlet, take thy knife. Front thy breath. The queen carouses thy fortune. Hamlet. Good, madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
Pray blow, my lord. I pray you. Pardon me.
It is the poison cup.
Come, let me wet thy head.
My lord, I'll hit him now.
Do not think it.
And yet it's almost painful conscience. This one's too heavy. Give me that one.
Come for the third layer, chiefs, and pass me with your best violence. I'm afraid you make a wanton out of me.
Say you so? Come on.
Let's go, Hamlet!
Part them! They are set! Part! Part, I say!
Nay, come again! Oh!
Look to the queen there! Oh!
I bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
That's the queen.
She springs to see them bleed.
No, no. The drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink. I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy. Treachery. Let the doors be locked. Take it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine of the world can do thee good. Indeed, there is not a half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unabated and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. I can no more. Thy mother's poisoned. The king's to blame.
The point. If venom do, then I venom to thy work. Oh!
Oh, yet defend me, friends. I am but hurt.
Thou murderous, incestuous, damned villain! Drink up this poison, follow my mother.
He is justly served. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee.
Nor on thine. Heaven make me free of it. I am dead, Horatio. Queen Duke, you look rather pale and tremble at this chance. There are no mutes and audiences to this act. Had I but time, let it be. Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest, report me and cause my right. Thou mouth's poison overcrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.